Welcome to the Know Yourself channel. We're making astrology known and understandable as the #1 priority. I'm the Scottish astrologer, and in this video I'm going to make aspects easy for you to understand on your birth chart or anyone else's who you look at. Okay, what are aspects? Aspects are when two planets on your birth chart are in particular degrees apart from each other, okay, or together, which is a conjunction, which I'll start off with the conjunction. If you look, you can see the chart here. Starting with conjunction, you can see the symbol which shows a conjunction. Where it says degrees, it's showing you how many degrees apart on your birth chart the planets must be to be in a conjunction, which is 0, because a conjunction is when two planets on your birth chart are together in the same degree, okay, or maybe 1 or 2 away, and this always takes place in the same sign. Then we have an opposition. As you can see, this is a symbol for an opposition. And an opposition is when, as you guessed it, two planets are directly opposite each other, which is 180 degrees apart on a circle. And that's usually 6 signs apart from each other. Then we have a square. Its symbol is the square. Degrees is 90 degrees apart. So when two planets are 90 degrees apart, which is usually 3 signs apart from each other, that is a square. Then we have a trine, which symbol is a triangle, which is when two planets are 120 degrees and usually 4 signs apart from each other. And a sextile, here is the symbol for sextile. It's when two planets are 60 degrees apart, which is usually 2 signs apart from each other. Now, there is harmonious aspects, and obviously the opposite, inharmonious, disharmonious. And the harmonious aspects are trines and sextiles, and a conjunction depending on the two planets which are in conjunction with each other. If these planets like each other, for instance, it will be beneficial. If they don't like each other, it will be the opposite. So oppositions and squares are usually disharmonious aspects. That's where problems usually arise, in oppositions and squares, okay? But trine sextiles, as I said, good to have. So how you basically interpret this is, if you're new to astrology, go back and watch previous videos I've put up explaining the meanings of all the planets, the meanings of all the houses, the meanings of all the zodiac signs. And it's basically, your interpretation is just blending these all together. For example, what planets will we use? We'll use Mercury and we'll use Mars. Let's just say that Mercury and Mars were 2 signs apart in a sextile, 60 degrees apart, which is a beneficial aspect. And Mercury is basically your thoughts, your communications, etc. Right? And Mars is, in a nutshell, your actions, okay? So having these two in a harmonious aspect, you could make up the interpretation that this would be a person who likes to think things through before they take action, you know? Whereas if Mars and Mercury were squaring or opposing each other, which isn't a harmonious aspect, you could interpret the opposite for that, which this would be a person who likes to jump in and take action before thinking things through, okay? So it's just like that. It's that simple. You need to know what the planets represent, and then if they're in harmony with each other, make an interpretation like I did. If it's the opposite is going to be true. I'm just trying to make it as basic interpretations as possible for you, just so you get this for yourself and you can make your own interpretations with aspects. And then let's say you need to look at the houses they were in as well. Let's say Mercury was in the 7th house, and let's say Mars was in the 10th house, and they just managed to get a sextile with each other, or a trine, just managed to get a harmonious aspect. And you could interpret then with the 10th house being, career, destiny, social success. The 7th house being associations, contracts, partnerships, marriage. You could say that you'll be thinking about, to get social success, you would think and take action to marry, for instance, somebody with a higher social standing in order to achieve the social success or career or whatever. So it's just like that. You have to put other things into play. You need to take in which zodiac sign they're in. Take that into play as well. So it isn't an easy task, but I'm trying to make it as simple as possible, because I like everyone to have a basic understanding, even if they go and see an astrologer, just to have a basic understanding of what the astrologer is actually doing when they are giving you a reading of your birth chart, because it is all scientific, like everything that comes into it, but it's down to the interpretation of the astrologer. Astrologer needs to be pretty intuitive as well. But obviously, looking at your own birth chart, knowing your own flaws and etc., you can work out obviously what aspects in your own birth chart, how they're affecting you in your real life. Obviously, much simpler. It's only tricky when it comes to actually being an astrologer and giving people that you've never met readings. That's when it becomes trickier. You need a lot of intuition about you. But yeah, so basically what it looks like on a birth chart, the aspects are just all the lines that you can see in the middle of the circle. Here's an example birth chart, my own. So all these lines are all different aspects. That's how they're drawn up. If you were to draw up a birth chart yourself, you would just measure if the planets are these degrees apart that you can see on the table on screen, and if they are, that's when you could draw up the lines. That's how it works. If two planets are 60 degrees apart, you can draw up a line, give it the symbol for the sextile. There you go, that's how you do it. So yeah, basically play with this yourself, work it out. Watch my previous videos, as I said, about the meanings of the houses, the planets, signs. Now you know about the aspects. Hope I've made it easy for you. Just work it like that. Blend it all together, give your interpretations. Practice makes perfect. If you're good and natural at astrology, this will come natural to you. If it's really hard for you to do, obviously it's not for you. But as I said, just so you have a basic grasp of what astrologers are actually doing, because it does take a lot of skill and hard work, and I think people would actually appreciate that work more if they actually attempted some of the techniques, etc., that we astrologers use. If you'd seen how hard it was and how much goes into it, people would have a lot more respect for astrologers. I truly believe that. Okay guys, anyway, thanks for watching. Please share, please subscribe. Thanks again.